Hey everyone, it's Zahara Stars with Illum Astrology doing another transit video with Jupiter, and this time I'm talking about Jupiter transiting the 5th house. What was I about? Sorry. Woo, this Mars retrograde and Mercury retrograde is really screwing with me. This is a transit video about Jupiter transiting the 5th house. We all love Jupiter transits, period, okay? In astrology, Jupiter is the planet of luck, abundance, and fortune. And it makes you feel so good and positive all the time. Everybody loves Jupiter. What happens when Jupiter transits the 5th house? Wow, well, you're gonna be in for some really good times. What is the 5th house? The 5th house is ruled by Leo. Leo is the sign ruled by the sun, which is all about shining bright, being confident, having fun, being playful. Yep, that's what the 5th house is about. The 5th house is about having fun. It's the fun house. It's the house of children. It's the house of gambling. It's the house of games. It's the house of love, romance, having fun, going to parties, enjoying yourself. It's of speculation, going to the horse races, to the gambling, whatever. It's all about fun with the 5th house. Truly, it really is. It's about feeling confident and where you shine, okay? So your 5th house is usually, whatever sign is there, typically shows how you express yourself, okay? When you're in the limelight, when you're when you're at a party, when you're at a get-together, when you're in a fun place, it's how you express yourself in that area. It's the house of creative self-expression, okay? It's about artistic stuff, about acting, about playing, having fun, imagination, expressing yourself in any which way you feel comfortable. So the 5th house is where you shine, and it's also the ruler of children, which is why it rules over playtime too. So when Jupiter transits this 5th house of fun, you are no doubt going to have plenty of opportunities to find a romance, a nice romance, a good romance, one that's fun, okay? Usually it can be more than one because it is a 1-year transit. Jupiter transits each house for approximately 1 year, depending upon which size your house is. But between direct and retrograde motion, it typically takes 1 year to get through a house. So you got 1 year of Jupiter transiting your 5th house where you can get pregnant. Be careful. It's a very common time for people to choose to have babies or to actually get pregnant and have a child. You're going to find yourself surrounded by children a lot more, whether it's you're at home and you go outside and there's kids everywhere playing and you're just like, woo, what's going on? At the parks, at get-togethers, at parties, you'll find yourself being around children and being more playful with them. You'll be exposed to them anyhow. And then also having fun, being invited to parties. Okay, back in the day, before this coronavirus, we used to have pool parties, beach parties. Those were some good times. Anyway, we're going to get back to that. If you happen to have this transit, when things get back to normal, you'll be at beach parties, you'll be at home parties, you'll be at birthday parties, you'll be at pool parties, you'll be at horse races, whatever. You'll be at sporting events, you'll be around children, you'll be at Disneyland, you'll just be going and having fun. This is the best transit ever because you have fun and you usually meet a romantic love partner if you're single. If you are married or you are with a partner already, this is a great time to further your relationship, have fun together, a lot of romantic times. You just are seeing things through Jupiter's view when it comes to the 5th house related things. So you look at things more optimistically, positively. So when you meet a new love romance, you just feel so happy about it. You feel so happy about it, you're just like, oh, and they're romantic and they're fun and they invite you to a party and they invite you to dinner and they invite you to watch a movie. Whatever it is, okay, it's a great time to find love, romance, have fun, be invited to parties. It's also an awesome time to start creative projects. If you're in the arts, this is a great time for your career to boost up. Actors, actresses, musicians, painters, artists, any of those. Any of those, you'll find your creative abilities enhanced as well. It's a good time for you to step into the limelight. You know, you're a lot more confident and you're attracting people to you, and you're just more expressive and confident and sexy. You got that sex appeal, and you're seeing things through Jupiter's positive view, and you're just going to be enjoying yourself so much more, having fun, expressing yourself creatively, furthering your creative endeavors. Starting any new creative projects will do really well during this time period because you're not shy. You're not shy. You're feeling good. You want to be the center of attention, or you want to be in the limelight some way. It gives you a boost of courage. If any of you guys ever met a Leo, you can see their theatrics. They're really darn good at it, and they know how to walk up into people and be like, "Hi, I'm a Leo." You know, and that's the kind of thing and the energy that comes about, because it definitely takes on this Leo, Jupiter in Leo energy. So can you imagine that? I mean, you're really going to be very suave. You're going to be a ton of fun to be around. You're going to be open to new ideas. You're going to be expressive in every aspect of your life. And you're going to be an attraction magnet, okay? An attraction magnet, because every time you're going out somewhere, there's an opportunity for you to meet somebody. Now, you can definitely find somebody that you can make into a long-term commitment. Usually you meet them in the 5th house, you marry them in the 7th or the 8th. But it doesn't matter. It can be a fun time for flings. It could be a fun time to meet the love of your life. It could be a good time for you, if you're already involved and married, to have a child. It's a very, very, very positive time to have a child, and a very common time. So if you're not looking to have one, be careful. But otherwise, you'll enjoy your time with your children. If you have children, your children will be positive. They'll bring you luck and fortune in their own way. Jupiter just makes things better, much more positive, much happier, and brings you good news rather than the bad news of Saturn sometimes. So it's going to be a really uplifting time where you should just make the most of it. Just kick back, relax, have fun, explore your creative side. Explore your creative side, be yourself, go out and enjoy the opportunities that you're given. Now, of course, there are always other transits happening at every time, you know, all throughout your chart. And some of them can block the amount of fun that's going to be that is going to be possible with Jupiter in the 5th. For instance, if you have Saturn squaring Jupiter, there's a lot of different things that can make it so it's not as big as it could be. But regardless, always focus on the positive, okay? Because optimism will get you everywhere, and Jupiter is the planet to show you that it will. Because the truth of the matter is, you're feeling good, you're feeling positive, you're feeling optimistic, and therefore you are attracting all these events, you are going out to these events, you are exploring and trying all your talents, and all these things that are bringing it about. You're feeling very positive about children, and therefore your likelihood of getting pregnant are even more likely. All of this has to do with mind over matter and being positive. But if you're not able to do it and you just come out of a bad transit, Jupiter's going to do it for you, and thank God for that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me for my Jupiter transit through the 5th. I am now on to the 6th. By the way, if you'd like a personal reading regarding your own personal chart, you can visit my site at www.illumastrology.com. Otherwise, until next time.